Have you got your memory hat on? Got some,
I'm
got some
getting
memory
older,
going
so
in there?
yes.
About 8 years ago, maybe what we were doing 8 years ago or so, we were making a film, if you remember, about the then new Ford F-150 that was coming out.
Oh, okay.
And we had pulled apart various pickup trucks and were examining frames. Back then, a few
We
years
pulled those
ago-
trucks so far apart, Jay, it totaled the trucks.
Yes, totaled the trucks. So we've got these frames all laid out.
Right.
General Motors, Ram, Ford F-150, and Toyota Tundra.
Yep.
And at the time, my attention was called to the fact that there were a few Toyota dealerships who were already replacing Tacoma frames.
Well, that had been the scuttlebutt. There was actually
Tacoma
a
frames
fix
had
out.
started to rust, and there was consumer complaints and so forth. So behind some of the Toyota dealerships where I would end up in the parts department, I'd look behind, there were some frames stacked up like cordwood for Tacoma. But I want to remind you, 8 years ago, what we did with a Tundra frame. Now, if you recall, we demonstrated something, and we used a bag of salt. Do you recall?
Oh, yes.
I know I haven't prepped you for this at all.
No, but I thought you were going to get into the bend and twist
in the
numbers.
torsion we don't even need to discuss.
Yeah, that's not even worth getting into.
Let's talk
But
about-
we showed how that thing was going to capture road salt and hold on to it because it was a C channel with a particularly high lip on the inside that allowed road salt to enter there and sit there.
And build up.
And it caused the obvious problems.
Okay, we called that to everybody's attention in films we made 8 years ago. Well, let me tell you what happened last week.
Uh-oh.
That would be the $3.4 billion settlement, that's with a B, $3.4 billion settlement granted by the U.S. District Judge Fernando Olguin in Los Angeles High Court. This was issued on November 9th against Toyota. It was a class action suit brought by the owners of, Tacoma, well, we know that one.
Mm-hmm.
Tundra, we kind of suspected that one, and Sequoia. Now, to be absolutely exact, this case involves 05 to 10 Tacomas, which we sort of knew about already, 2007 and 8 Tundras, which we discovered on our own, 2005 through 8 Sequoias that we didn't pay any attention to.
We didn't
be
even give them a
honest.
second look. No.
Not a second look. Toyota is now obligated to notify all the owners, compensate them with a class action compensation if you're part of that class for $2,500. Also, 12-year monitoring of the frame itself, which would include a replacement up to 12 years old. Now, that's a big mistake.
What do you want to bet? And this is why we're unpopular at Toyota, that our video appeared in that courtroom. Because we predicted the heck out of it. We showed it exactly how it was going to happen. We had them up on a hoist. We showed the video of that stuff going in there.
It was part of our advertising.
Yeah.
It was literally, by the way, this is how they're built. This is how they're built. Look at this. Look at this. And by the way, watch this salt.
This is going to happen. Yeah.
Straight in, stayed. Now, it begs the question. Now we have a class of vehicles here, which will come onto the used market, and you'll simply ask the owner, the previous owner, have you replaced the frame yet?
There's a
Right?
question. Yeah.
There's a question.
It's a shame because this
Automatic
truck has a wicked good engine. I love that engine. Little soft on takeoff, but once it gets a lung, Katie bar the door, that thing's a runner.
It's, you know,
A good powertrain.
there are many good things to say about all three of these vehicles.
I concur.
Many good things.
Yep.
The frame is not one of them.
No, definitely not one of them.